international business. Why don't you go to Bangkok, Thailand?" So I decided to go. Hey, this sounds like a lot of fun. I packed up and headed to Thailand. Was going to be there for 6 months, and obviously didn't speak the language, didn't know anybody, and just went. And I just knew I needed to talk to people. I just learned the power of the law of averages, and so I had a goal to talk to 10 people a day, and I would put 10 coins in one of my pockets, and I would just walk the streets in Bangkok. And I had this little pitch book, and I would look for people. Do you speak English? And then I would kind of make a presentation and invite them to the hotel to meetings we were doing. And took me for a while. That was way, 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 way out of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
Just walking up to strangers. I don't know why, especially when I was in another country. I didn't know anybody, but still at first it'd take me like all day long to get the courage to walk up to 10 people. And then finally I got a little bit better at it, a little bit better at it. And, I guess I got about 177 days into that and really had nothing. So I was only going to be there for 180 days. So it was 177 days into talking 10 people a day, and I didn't have any business to show for it. And I can remember other people that were there working like, "Look, Trey, all you've done is work, walk the streets. You're only going to be here for like 3 more days. Why don't you at least go do some tourist stuff? Go, see the sights, go to the temples." And I said, "No, that's not the plan," because I had this, you know, crazy work ethic. I think, some of the things that really benefited me in life was, when I was a kid, but even before playing golf, I was really big. I raced BMX bikes, and then I got into golf. And, of course, I played the team sports like baseball, football, those things a little bit, but I really
Yeah.
excelled in those individual sports. So, I really had learned discipline, drive, determination, because I always in golf, it was up to you or what you were doing. Yeah, in college we had a team, but it's still, an individual sport. Same with the bike racing. So I was always, you know, that was important, I think, in my career, learning, having that discipline, having that drive, consistency, those things. So I was like, no, I'm not here for 177 days. I'm here for 180, and kept going. And so then on day 177, I meet a couple that decides to join me in the business and becomes my first president's team members in our company. And now I've got one of the largest teams in Southeast Asia from that. But I often think back, like, what if I would have stopped on day 176? And anytime when I'm working with people on my team, they're like, "I've been doing this for like 30 days and nothing's
Mhm.
happening." I'm like, "Call me on day 178 and then we'll then we'll talk."
Huh?
But until
Yeah.
then, just keep going. So that was a very valuable lesson that I learned. Cause like there's never been like a plan B. If it was
Mhm.
going to work, it, getting to where we are now took many, many years. And so it took a lot longer than I planned. But, those lessons that you learn along the way are so, so valuable.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I had 90 days, and then with my visa or however I was there, I could only stay 90 days, and then I had to leave and come right back. So I left, and I did have I say 177 days. I didn't have anything to show, and I didn't at that point. But after the first 90 days, I had built a little team, and it was pretty exciting. It was like I took my team, I took them to this Italian restaurant the night before I left to come home, and we had this great dinner. I think there were 7 of them I took, and so I'm like, I go home, I'm like, I'm feeling great that, man, first 90 days, I've got this little team going, took them to dinner, everything's great. So I come back in like a week, and to this day, I've never seen nor heard from any of them. I don't know if it was like Italian was the wrong dinner to take the Thai people to, or if like a UFO picked up my team outside the restaurant. I have no idea. Nobody ever answered my calls again. Nobody ever talked to me again. So
Just gone.
just gone. But it was like, okay. But again, the plan was talking to 10 people a day for 180 days, and so I just got right back at it, but, yeah, no idea what happened to those people.
That is so funny, dude. It happens. It
It
happens.
happened. It happens.